South St. Andrew Southeast, and Mr. Tafawa Pair. Your Excellency Wei Hongxiang, Ambassador to Grenada for the People's Republic of China. Mrs. Frances Herrera, United States Principal Officer in Grenada. Mr. Gerard Joseph, President of MWAG and the Executive of MWAG. Mr. Brian Grimes, President of the Public Workers Union, and our keynote speaker for this evening. Ms. Pettifer Lewis Smith, the Executive Director of the Grenada Chamber of Commerce. Pastor Joachim Phillip, President of the Alliance of Evangelical Churches. Ms. Jamila Lewis, Communications Manager, NAWASA. Press Secretary, Neila Etienne. Media owners and managers, media practitioners, specially invited guests, our viewing audience on Mikey Live. Everyone, welcome. On behalf of the President and members of the Media Workers Association of Grenada, we welcome you to the 12th MWAG Media Awards. This evening, those who toil arduously to bring information, entertainment, and education to the nation, and the bastion in our democracy, commonly referred to as the Fourth Estate, celebrates and rewards their peers. And so, we are delighted to celebrate and honor their achievement here at the Grenada Trade Center Annex in St. George's. I am Brenda Batiste, and I have one task: to take you through the paces. To move the invocation for this evening, I invite Reverend Joachim Phillip.
Pleasant evening. I stand on protocol already established. Could you join me in standing as we go into a time of prayer? Heavenly Father, we thank you. We thank you for your goodness. We thank you for this day. Indeed, you have been good to our media fraternity. You have been good to us as a country and a whole. And we just stand here this evening grateful. We ask God that you would bless these proceedings, that the awardees will be celebrated in the true essence of celebration. Bless the ones that put this program together. We ask that, God, that you will superintend over everything. This evening will be a good success, and we will be glad that we came and celebrate together. Because of this, Lord, we ask for a future of a blessing over the media and the media houses in Grenada, that, God, you would expand them, bless them with resources, bless them, Lord God, with intellect, ability. Lord, that Grenada will have the best media houses in the Caribbean. Thank you for all that you will do for them. In Jesus' name, amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you could remain standing for the national anthem. You may be seated. Thank you. The first award for this evening will be presented for Black Excellence. And that award for Black Excellence will be presented from the U.S. Embassy here in Grenada. To present that award is the Principal Officer of the U.S. for the U.S. here in Grenada, Ms. Frances Herrera. She will present the award and then move some remarks. The winner for the Black Excellence Award is Nisha Paul. Nisha is not here with us at the moment, so can a colleague from the Grenada Broadcasting Network receive on her behalf? Thank you. Bernadette Celestine would receive the award on Nisha's behalf. Thank you, Bernadette.
All right, good evening, everyone. How are you tonight? Okay, the month of February has been officially observed as Black History Month since 1976. And Black History Month was created to focus attention on the contributions of African Americans to the United States. It honors all Black people from all periods of U.S. history, from the enslaved people first brought over from Africa in the earliest 17th century to African Americans living in the United States today. The U.S. Embassy here in Grenada embraces this celebratory focus on the positive contributions that people of African descent have made throughout history. Early in the month of February, we were intrigued by a news report which highlighted arranger, producer, and Berklee College of Music graduate Tiffany Strahan, who released her first orchestral project called the Nutmeg Suite. This evening, we would like to recognize this story, which was reported by Nisha Paul of the Grenada Broadcasting Network. The Black History Month 2024 theme is African Americans and the Arts. It explores the key influence African Americans have had in the fields of visual and performing arts, literature, fashion, folklore, language, film, music, architecture, culinary, and other forms of cultural expression. Nisha's story spotlighted just that, Black excellence in the arts industry internationally. We commend you on a job well done, Nisha. All right, glasses on for this one. Crystal, this is small letters. Okay. All right. That's such a pleasure. That was the highlight of my night, honestly, to be able to award Nisha that award from the U.S. Embassy. Amazing job done. But good evening, and thank you to the Media Workers Association of Grenada for inviting me to this prestigious gathering celebrating excellence in media. It's truly an honor to stand here before you tonight as we recognize the outstanding achievements and contributions of those who have tirelessly worked to inform, inspire, and engage audiences around the globe. In today's rapidly evolving media landscape, the role of journalists, reporters, editors, producers, and media professionals is more vital than ever. They serve as the guardians of truth, shining a light on important issues, holding the powerful accountable, and giving voice to the voiceless. They navigate complex stories with integrity and courage, often facing challenges and risks in pursuit of the truth. Tonight we pay tribute to these unsung heroes who dedicate their lives to upholding the principles of journalism: accuracy, fairness, and impartiality. We celebrate their commitment to storytelling that educates, enlightens, and empowers communities. However, we must also acknowledge the immense challenges facing the media industry today, from the proliferation of misinformation and disinformation to attacks on press freedom and dwindling resources for newsrooms, and the obstacles are daunting. Yet in the face of these challenges, journalists continue to persevere, fueled by their unwavering dedication to serving the public. As we gather here tonight, let us recommit ourselves to defending the essential role of a free and independent media in our society. Let us stand in solidarity with journalists around the world who risk their lives to report the truth. Let us champion diversity and inclusivity in newsrooms, ensuring that a wide range of voices are heard and represented. To the award recipients tonight, I offer my heartfelt congratulations. Your achievements inspire us all and remind us the power of journalism to make a difference in the world. May you continue to uphold the highest standards of excellence in your work, and may your stories continue to inform, inspire, and unite us. Thank you to the Media Workers Association of Grenada, who are the organizers of this event, for recognizing the importance of media excellence and for providing a platform to celebrate the remarkable achievements of those in this industry. And thank you to all the journalists and media professionals who tirelessly strive to make Grenada and our world a better place through their reporting. Congratulations once and again, and here's to a future filled with journalism that informs, enlightens, and empowers us all. Thank you.
Thank you very much to the U.S. Principal Officer here in Grenada, Ms. Frances Herrera. We now invite Senator the Honorable Claudette Joseph to present the following awards. Senator Joseph. In the category of Best News Story, Radio, Television, Print, Online, the best news story goes to
line I have to do over all this whole top row, and that costed me time and money because I could not have go back.
the best news story, Tanya St. Louis Lawrence. Hearty congratulations, Tanya. Best Feature Story, Radio, Television, Print, Online. The best feature story goes to
VET expansion program for primary schools to increase primary school students' access to.
The best feature story goes to Annette Moore. It'll be an honor if someone from the Government Information Service can receive the award on Annette's behalf, as she is unable to be with us this evening. We'll invite Sherry Ann Noel. Thank you, Sherry Ann. Thank you so much, Sherry Ann, and our special congratulations to Annette. We move on to the best health story. The best health story, Linda Straker. Congratulations, Linda, and thank you very much, and keep those stories coming. Thank you so much, Senator the Honorable Claudette Joseph, who kindly gave out those awards to the first set of recipients. Congratulations to everyone. Now we move to a very special award, and that award is for Powerful Women in Media. It's going to be, we could call it that, maybe the Bernadette B. Maybe the Bernadette B. Cornell Celestine Award. That would be a good name to give to that award. We'll invite Bernadette Cornell Celestine, a very powerful woman in media. In terms of on camera. And the recipient of that award, I'm going to tell you something about her. Yes, her. That's good too, right? Powerful woman in media. Now, this individual has been in the media for the last 5 years. She went from print to television. Since then, she has demonstrated growth, resilience, but most importantly, perseverance. This young lady has won our hearts with her unwavering commitment to the job. We are pleased, really pleased, I say a personal pleased too, to award Miss Nikita Hostin of MTV with this year's Powerful Woman in Media Award. Thank you so much, Bernadette, and a hearty congratulations to Nikita and to MTV for allowing Nikita to ply her trade, be who she is, and be all that she can be. We now invite the Honorable Andy Williams, the MP for the South of St. George, for the next set of awards. We begin with the category Best Tourism Story.
State Camp on Nicholson's Marina's owned and maintained marina destination.
The Best Tourism Story, Tonya St. Louis Lawrence. Congratulations. Our next category is Best Entertainment Story. The Best Entertainment Story, don't sit down, Tonya St. Louis Lawrence.
Where there is rivers of gold. Oh.
Congratulations. Our next award is for Best TV Anchor. The Best TV Anchor, Kenroy Batiste. To receive the award on Kenroy's behalf, we invite Janelle McDonald, the Chief Operating Officer of the Grenada Broadcasting Network. Kenroy was supposed to be my co-host this evening, but he couldn't be here, And so he sent a message and asked me to read. Thank you so much, Honorable MP Andy Williams, for distributing those awards. Should I try to read in his voice? I think not. But I'll just say, hello, everyone. I am so sorry I am not here this evening to celebrate with you all. I thank God for the strength to continue in broadcasting over the last 29 years, 20 of which has been enjoyed at the Grenada Broadcasting Network. I thank my beautiful family, including my dear mom, for their undying love and support from the beginning of my broadcasting career. Thank you to the Media Workers Association of Grenada for all that you do, notwithstanding the challenges confronting the media fraternity. I am very grateful to have had a platform to continue this noble profession, the Fourth Estate. Thank you to GBN for having me on your team. We are truly family, and I remain committed to serving with excellence. Thank you, Grenada, for your expression of confidence in my work as a TV anchor. I appreciate your outpouring of love and support over the years. I am deeply moved and encouraged. Keep on keeping on, everyone. God bless. Kenroy Batiste, anchor, GBN News. Congratulations, Kenroy. Congratulations, hearty congratulations to you. We now invite a most esteemed individual, the former MWAC President, Ray Roberts, former Senator Ray Roberts, to present the next set of awards. Former Senator Roberts? I saw him. Stepped outside? Yeah, I saw him. I did. Okay. So we invite Senator Andre Lewis to do the honor. Thank you. Thank you for so graciously accepting being put on the spot. All right. Our next set of awards are for, we begin with the Best Radio Personality. And the winner is, from Power 95, the host of the Ladies' Room, Aruna Neptune. Congratulations, Aruna. Please bring your award to the Ladies' Room tomorrow. Our next award is for the Best Agriculture Story. And the winner is
Agriculture in the minds of the students. The school hosted a career day on Thursday, but the students were
Rena Pierre Thomas of the Grenada Broadcasting Network. Best Agriculture Story. The Best Human Interest Story. The winner is Sharianne Noel of the GIS. Congratulations, Sherry Ann, and thank you so much, Senator. Such a good sport. Thank you so much. We now invite the Communications Manager from NOWASA, Ms. Jamila Lewis, to present the award for Best Climate Change Mitigation and Environmental Story. And the award goes to
systems. Speaking to MTV News, Smith says while such systems act as a temporary.
The award goes to Troy Gill, MTV News. Troy is unable to be with us this evening, and someone from MTV would receive on his behalf. Thank you so much, Ms. Jamila Lewis, the Communications Manager from NOWASA. Thank you for NOWASA for honoring such work and a story like that. We appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And we move on. It is my pleasure to invite Donnelly D. Blackman, the Marketing Officer from Jonas Brown and Hubbards, to present the next set of awards. We begin with the Best Business Story. Best Business Story. The winner is
Grenada Technical and Allied Workers Union, GTAU, called on
Sherry Ann Noel of the GIS. Congrats, Sherry. Our next category, Best Interview. Best Interview. The winner is
It's lovely to be back in Grenada and lovely to see
Sherry
you
Ann
again.
Noel of the
Oh,
GIS.
and you're right about the cake.
The award for the category Best Court Reporting. Best Court Reporting. The winner is
Apparent before High Court Judge, the Honorable Justice
Tanya
Joyce
St.
Nebraska,
Louis
Attorney
Lawrence.
at Law Roberts Ferguson.
No, it's not. Thank you so much to Mr. Donnelly D. Blackman, Marketing Officer at Jonas Brown and Hubbards, for presenting those awards. We now invite the Honorable Emlyn Pear, Member of Parliament for St. Andrews South East, to present the next sets of awards. The award for Best Current Affairs and Feature Program. The winner, Beyond the Headlines, GBN. Janelle McDonald, the Chief Operating Officer at the Grenada Broadcasting Network, she would receive for the award-winning Beyond the Headlines. The next award is for Best Parliament Story. Best Parliament Story. And the award goes to
Made by the Governor General
as she delivered the throne speech on
Beverly
Tuesday.
Telesford of the Grenada Broadcasting Network. Congratulations, Beverly. Stories from Parliament are special, and hard work too. Thank you so very much, and thank you to the Honorable Emmeline Pear for handing out those awards. We now invite the President of the Public Workers Union, Mr. Brian Grimes, to present the next couple awards. The next award is for Best Talk Show. Best Talk Show. And the Best Talk Show goes to Good Morning Grenada. Mrs. McDonald will again receive on behalf of the Grenada Broadcasting Network. Congratulations. I feel like I have a stake in this win. The original creators of Good Morning Grenada was Andrea Jerome, Brenda Batiste, and Odette Campbell of blessed memory. Congratulations, GBN. Okay. Hold on tight, Mr. Grimes. Hold on tight. You know how to hold on tight, right? Just a small change here. All right. The category Best DJ. Best DJ. The DJs keep us alive, you know? It's important. The best DJ is Ronald Olive, Mixmaster Brent. Congratulations. And thank you so much to Mr. Brian Grimes, the President of the Public Workers Union, for presenting those awards on our behalf. Our next presentation is the keynote speech, and it will be moved by a very spirited individual. He's Brian Grimes, and he's a public officer who has served for 24 years in the public service. He currently serves as a senior corporate officer in the Department of Cooperatives under the auspices of the Ministry of Economic Development and Planning. Mr. Grimes is well known nationally for his exploits in trade unionism in Grenada, having held a number of portfolios in the largest public sector union, the Grenada Public Workers Union, the GPWU. He currently holds a portfolio of President of the Union and is in the middle of his second term. Mr. Grimes is an accredited board of director, having completed a course with the Chartered Governance Institute of Canada. In his spare time, he enjoys reading, watching sport, and spending time with his family. His favorite quote is, "The easiest way to find oneself is losing yourself in service to others." Please welcome the most excellent, Mr. Brian Grimes.
Good night, good night. Honorable Andy Williams, Minister of Mobilization, Implementation, and Transformation. Honorable Claudette Joseph, Minister of Labor and Legal Affairs. Honorable Emmeline Pear, MP for St. Andrew Southeast. Senator Andrew Lewis, Labor representative in the Senate. Mr. Gerard Joseph, thank you, President of the Media Workers Association, Grenada, media personnel, trade union colleagues, other distinguished guests, all. Before I get into my presentation, I would just like to make mention of the passing of Mr. Winston White. He is somebody I consider to be a significant Grenadian, somebody who has made tremendous impact in our society. He was an author, he was a poet, he was a politician, and he was a successful businessman in my view. So I think, he should be mentioned, right? So I consider myself to be an honorary member of the media fraternity, having grown up in the trade union movement in my role as public relations officer of the Grenada Public Workers Union for 6 years. In that time, I got to understand the rigors of media work and came to understand there is a sweet but serious science behind it. Media workers are diverse: journalists, broadcasters, photographers, videographers, editors and copywriters, graphic designers, social media managers, public relations, web developers, and IT specialists. I would say if you work in Grenada in a media house, you probably would have done each one of those things. Am I correct? Yes. I prefer to refer to the media fraternity as the fourth estate. The hallmark of the fourth estate is that it scrutinizes the actions of public officials, corporations, and political institutions in the interests of the public, serving as a watchdog that holds the other three estates, the legislature, the executive, and the judiciary, accountable for their actions. The mantra, comfort the afflicted and afflict the comfortable, is a familiar one associated with the fourth estate. Let me just repeat that. The mantra, comfort the afflicted and afflict the comfortable, is a familiar one associated with the fourth estate. I was looking for the first vice president. Is Kalistra here tonight? All right. I wanted to give her the don't go there, but she's absent. Yes, but I guess we are familiar with what that mantra is about. I think Linda is also known, Miss Linda Straker, for asking the very hard questions. So she would be familiar with that philosophy. In my time in Grenada, I've heard of great Grenadian media practitioners from the past, like William Galway Donovan, T.A. Marichaud, Alistair Hughes, Leslie Pierre, Llewellyn George Smith, popularly known as Lou Smith, Jerry Romaine, George Grant, Paul Roberts, Ray Roberts, and Ray actually does columns up to this day. In the more modern vintage, names like Kalistra Fari and Dr. Kellon Jeramu Bob comes to mind. The lineage is non-stop and ever evolving. While the role of media in Grenada is undoubtedly very valuable to the proper functioning of our democracy, there is a growing sentiment among some past practitioners of the art form and current observers that the profession is in crisis and the quality of delivery to the public has been diminished. What can be the cause of this? Let us examine some theories. The ultimate aims of any human being in the career paths of finding purpose and being well paid in order to take care of oneself and their family. Would you agree with that? The purpose in journalism and media is as bright as the sun, simply because real practitioners ensure that the population is well educated and those who hold the reins of power are held accountable in the name of good governance. By the way, good governance is a term popularized by former Prime Minister Tillman Thomas, who himself was a practicing journalist and pioneer of the Grenadian voice, along with the late Leslie Pear and Lloyd Noel. Know your history. You have to know your history. Did you know that, Mr. Ogilvy? And you worked with the Grenadian voice. Yes. Let's examine the principle of being well paid. Mainstream media practitioners in Grenada are some of the lowest paid workers in the country, despite carrying out very valuable functions. I have seen talented media practitioners leave mainstream media to successfully start their own business or businesses. The likes of Akeisha Felix, Pineapple Marketing, and also Rachel Bain have shown that their creative talents can best be harnessed in entrepreneurship. While their stories, thank you, while the stories of small business success provide a light for other young people, the question is begged: what can be done to ensure a better compensated media workforce? In the midst of this, I tip my hat to the Media Workers Association of Grenada, MWAG, led by young Gerard Joseph, in their quest to ensure the compensation packages for entry-level media workers are improved. This is borne out with the recent introduction of media workers in the new minimum wage schedule, spurred on by conversations with the Minimum Wage Advisory Board and MWAG. This is historically the first time media workers are placed in the minimum wage schedule. I think the association deserves a round of applause for their efforts. I also want to use this platform to make an appeal to media houses to improve the pay structure of their employees. I send some endorsement in the audience. A very important component of being a quality media worker is being educated. All the greats I have mentioned earlier, the Jerry Romaines, the T.A. Marishows, the William Donovans, and so forth, are either well accredited or locally and internationally trained. Being in media is not just a work. It is a vocation, and one must acquire the skill to effectively perform in that vocation. The hundreds of thousands of Grenadians and global citizens, home and abroad, are hungry for information. This information must be disseminated by the most skilled, trained, and educated citizens amongst us. Anytime there is a lack in this area, the product becomes watered down. To be fair, there have been some moves towards greater education, as the T.A. Marishow Community College has developed an associate's degree program in media studies, which a number of media workers have capitalized on. I know my friend Tonya did that course, and I see it has paid dividends. Yes? This, however, is not enough, as we must dig deeper into the well to ensure no stone is left unturned in regards to having a well-educated and trained media workforce. to serve and service our democracy. I move on. It is written in the good book, in 1 Corinthians 6, verse 19 to 20, and I quote, "Do you not know that your bodies are temples of the Holy Spirit, who is in you, whom you have received from God? You are not your own. You were bought at a price. Therefore, honor God with your bodies." Health. Speaking around the theme of health, my mind goes to the inimitable, unique, and jovial personality of Mr. Levi Benoit, the late cameraman and technical operator at the GBN. You all remember him? He passed away in February of 2021. I remember looking at the news and his erstwhile colleague, Mrs. Bernadette Celestine, a powerful media practitioner in her own right, trying to jog pleasant memories of working with Levi with a faint smile on her face. But tears of sorrow overcoming her when she remembered pleading with Levi to slow down, eat on time, eat well. If her advice was heeded, who knows? Today we may still have been blessed with his jovial presence. When I think of health, I think of Miss Odette Campbell, former managing director of the Grenada Broadcasting Network, passing suddenly in May of 2023. I say suddenly, but in hindsight, Mrs. Campbell was battling a prolonged illness. No one could tell as she burned the midnight oil and continued to put on a brave smile for us every night as we sat in our living rooms watching the flagship GBN program, Beyond the Headlines, being entertained and educated. Tonight I see that program being awarded. I want to urge all our media practitioners to take care of their health. Take holidays when it is due. Eat on time and eat properly. I guess if you get paid, you could buy healthy food too, right? Right. Join a medical insurance. Have fun and say your prayers as you endeavor to give off your best, because mental health is a huge part of your overall health. Health is wealth. Media workers document our history and are the custodians of our culture. You represent the best, the very best amongst us. I want to urge you to treat yourself that way. No career media man or woman should retire in poverty. Make sure your workplace has a pension plan. Make sure your workplace is unionized. Make sure you have medical insurance. Make sure you are united. And just to digress a little bit, I see that there is a level of unity amongst you in actions I have seen recently, which I will not get into. MWAD, this is your mandate for your time in office. As I close, I personally feel a sense of confidence in the media industry as I see young practitioners like Rena Pierre-Thomas, Kristalina John, Troy Gill, Nisha Peters, Nikita Hostin, Beverly Telesford, staring at the horizon of greatness. That's just to name a few. I charge all media practitioners with the responsibility of steering the industry in the next cycle of Grenadian history. Up, up, up. Thank you for listening.
Let's hear it again for Mr. Grimes, our keynote speaker for the 12th MWAG Media Awards. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the President of the Media Workers Association of Grenada, the dynamic Gerard Joseph.
Good night, ladies and gentlemen. Pleasant good night to everybody. I would first begin by calling on a colleague because this lens from our last award, he was not able to make it. And I held on to the award since he's from Carriacou, and I wanted to give him specifically tonight. So I am calling on Kendall Gay. He won the Best Agriculture Award in 2022. Kendall, on his way to Grenada, took a picture right on the carnage and was saying, I am here, I'm not going to miss it. So, Kendall. So, we had some wonderful awards tonight, and we do have some more. And I'm just going to highlight some additions to some of the awards that were given. For Nikita, it's not just our award, it's a certificate, and it is a couple's day pass to Sanders, sponsored by Sanders. And the certificate is sponsored by Pineapple Marketing and Communication, which is the originator of the award. It started with Bernadette last year. So the name of the award actually is the Bernadette B. Cornell Celestine Powerful Women's in Media Award. That is the official name of the award. And I remember last awards, we gave B and it brought tears to my eyes. And then again with Brian speaking about Levi, again, Brian, you're teasing me with those. Don't bring them back. Because the health and education of media is one of the paramount important aspects for me. It has been for me since I took up the office as the president of the Media Workers of Grenada, because I was able to identify for myself. Many persons don't know, but when Levi passed, it was on the job. So it is heart-wrenching anytime it is mentioned. We were doing news that night, and persons was running about. I would not go into the details out of the respect for him. But as I said, and that's why I specifically asked again for Brian to speak on health and education, because those two pillars are only able to strengthen us, unify us, make us more diverse, make us better reporters, journalists, DJs, because I believe persons are seeing the loopholes within the industry and ways to strengthen it, and I believe education foremost and our health, remembering to, as Brian said, to eat breakfast, lunch, dinner on time, or at least get a snack during, because I know, because of how the media is in Grenada, because of how it is, we meet deadlines every day. And sometimes if you are short-staffed, I'll give you an example. If you have 3 to 4 persons and 2 persons are missing, that means those two persons have to do or carry on the work of everybody by the 7 o'clock or 7:30 news. Not many persons know what goes on beyond the scenes, and not most persons understand the passion, the drive, determination that goes into each story every day. What goes on for Calistron, the narrative, what goes on with GIS, what goes on with GBN, MTV, all the different radio stations, Power, WFM. People don't understand until you're sitting in the shoes and feeling the weight of the pressures. And before I continue into the speech, in terms of for the auditions, for the best business as well as best tourism stories, part of the award is a dinner for two at Mount Cinnamon. So I'm just adding that tidbit for those awardees. You can expect to enjoy a dinner for two. Whoever you choose, if you're married or not, that would be up to you. So during our tenure, we have done lots in terms of training. We do have more on the plate, at least until it's maybe our turn to pass the baton on to the next executive. So we have done training in terms of writing, in terms of feature writing. We were led by our colleague Kellan Bob, and one of the professors sorry, not the professor, but the editor for the Jamaica Gleaner, if I'm not mistaken, who led those trainings. And then we also have training coming up in terms of court reporting, the dynamics of it. How do you handle yourself to be able to carry yourself? So there is a lot of training in hand, and I hope that focus is continued. And also, too, added to the course at TAMCC, we have engaged and have been in conversations. It is almost on the cups in terms of being announced, a media course in terms of writing as well as public speaking from the St. George's University. So we are just on the cusp of that. So it is wonderful news for our media practitioners to benefit, to improve, to develop their skills, and to further enhance, because remember, media is not just Grenada. It is regional, it is international. You don't limit yourself only for Grenada, where it was highlighted again by our featured speaker in terms of the wages. There is a wider scope out there, and there is a wider scope in terms of branching out. So I believe with just improving and empowering yourself, you will be able to reach those branches, and you'll be able to get in contact with a lot of our regional colleagues, because those contacts will help you versify yourself, improve and develop yourselves. So I believe, again, media has not been a unified front. I would not go there because I went there last awards. So I would just ask members to continue to just be unified. I've seen the different cliques, the different personal issues among members, which was shocking for me, especially from some of the senior ones. It does not bode well for the media landscape. We have a lot of external shocks. People are trying to break us up. If you allow them to, then the future of media, as I said, would be in tatters, especially frontline journalism in the next 5 years. So unless you pull up your socks and get ready to work and get ready to fight, then media won't be media in the next 5 years. Everybody is going to just turn to social media or the different aspects and forget the originator, the different aspects, the brilliance, the stories that you see, and because they always and never understand the work that goes into the long hours, the research that goes into the stories, from Linda, from Sherry, from Con in terms of sports. I could list a whole set of persons within this room and outside of the room who have been contributing significantly to media, and recognizing them, especially now when they are still in the industry. We have Kalestra, we have a whole set of people. We have Brenda. Brenda has been standing my. I'm not able to describe you, Brenda. I'm sorry. You know, so we have powerful women in media. We have Bernadette, we have Rena, we have Beverly. We have so much people. So at the end of the day, you need to look at yourself and see how you can improve and develop the media landscape, develop the industry, develop MWAG, because MWAG is not me. MWAG is not the executive. MWAG is its members. So I would ask, I will plea for the last time, and this will be my last time pleading, that come on board, strengthen the association, be part, and let us bring media forward exactly as it should be as the Fourth Estate. So as I end, I would ask my those in production to just play a tribute, those who have gone before us. From since 2018 to now, we were not able to really recognize them at the last awards due to our challenges. But this time it's just a small snippet. I believe more should be done for them. However, let us sit and enjoy.
If you give a little more than you take, and if you try to fix more than you break, if you're the kind who takes the time to help a stranger in the rain, there's a place for people like you. If you stand up for those down on their knees and lend a voice to those who cannot speak, if you shine a little light, give sight to the ones who've lost their way, there's a place for people like you.
Her throne speech on Tuesday, the Governor General said no documents to support the existence of...
So we had George Grant, we had someone from GBN. Hopefully, during the next awards, we will be able to include GIS, MTV, all those others. You don't want to be included? No, I'm sorry, not the active members, those recognizing the forgotten. I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm speaking about those who have contributed and have gone to the great beyond. So I'm talking about the drivers at GIS, the two drivers who have gone beyond. I'm not speaking about active members, I'm sorry. I do apologize. Sherry? No, I was not speaking about you, sorry. Yes, so as I close, I would like to also announce the executive is launching a pledge system for our colleague, Jerry Romaine. He lost his house. We have not been able to visit him due to challenges. We have different jobs. Persons were traveling and have returned. So we are accepting pledges. It would be, you will get more information in the coming days, and those pledges will be given, whether finance or kind, will be given to our colleague, Jerry Romaine. He is one of the legends together, well, those at least alive, together with the great Lou Smith, who is alive and still with us, and can, I believe, can actively contribute still to the development of the association to media in Grenada. So again, I thank you for listening to me and my rants for the little 2 minutes I've been here.
Let's hear it again for the President of the Media Workers Association, Gerard Joseph. It is now an honor to invite former President of MWAG, Mr. Kern Mason, to present the next category of awards. Mr. Mason? The Best Political News Story. The Best Political News Story. And the award goes to, from GBN, Beverly Chellisford. Our next award is for Best Radio Anchor. Best Radio Anchor. Yeah, that's a good one. You could literally close your eyes and listen to her read the news. GBN, Beverly Chellisford. Congratulations, Beverly. You are a great reader. Best TV Personality, Best TV Personality, and the winner is Lexanne Fletcher. Lexanne is unable to be with us. Okay, earlier. Cherry Ann, can you collect for Lexanne? Thanks. Thank you so very much. You're representing well. Thank you so very much, Mr. Kern Mason, the former president of the Media Workers Association of Grenada, and congratulations to all the winners of this category and those before. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the podium the first Vice President of MWAG, Ms. Callistra Farrier.
Good evening, everyone. Members of the Cabinet, members of the Diplomatic Corps, my colleague executive members, my very wonderful members who are here in the room, and those who did not come but who are viewing. I rushed here, literally just got off the plane half an hour ago, coming from Tortola. So I want to talk about two things here. I've been asked to give the closing remarks, and I didn't really prepare anything. So here goes. Two things. I noticed the empty chairs, and the president is always talking, President Gerard Joseph is always talking about MWAG being its members. It saddens me. I'm a founding member of the Media Workers Association. And so it saddens me to see the empty seats. Our members are not here. You are not participating. There are things that are happening. We are seeking to revive MWAG. Training opportunities are available. If our members, and I know they are online peeping, you need to participate. Our association is as strong as its membership. And so I want to appeal to the members. Please participate. We come from a very strong history, MWAG. Recently, I want to congratulate our members recently on the action that we took. There was some cooperation, and that gives me hope. We need to come together more. President also mentioned attempts to divide us. Yes, that's been happening across dispensations, and so we must continue to guard against that, and we can only do that united. Now I come to a situation that we are facing now, and I said to the President that I would use the period of the closing remarks. I suppose it's supposed to thank people and so on, but I want to talk about what is happening now with the administration in power. It's probably going to upset people. Our members a lot of them are young, some are untrained. We talked about training, we're trying to work on that, we recognize ourselves, we're trying to fix that. But I feel like there is this attempt right now to sideline the media, that social media has become the new means of disseminating and speaking to the people. That is unacceptable. The media is an important part of democracy. It's a critical part of democracy. Without a strong media, a media that is recognized and respected, the country is going to have problems. So those who are seeking to undermine the media and its place in this democratic nation need to take a little look and see what's going on. You know, I requested an interview from the Prime Minister of the country, the Honorable Dickon Mitchell, quite some time now, 3 or 4 months. I got a message recently saying, unless you give us the questions in advance, you will not be allowed to interview the Prime Minister. I won't be interviewing the Prime Minister. Now, young journalists may think that it's quite okay to give your questions in advance to people. It is not. Linda and I don't always see eye to eye, but on that I know we will. She's one of the veteran members. It is not okay to give your questions in advance. And I want to appeal to the young journalists. Don't let anybody say to you that in exchange for an interview, you must tell me what you want to ask in advance. You provide broad areas. I want to talk about governance. I want to talk about this or that. But you do not give your questions to anyone, because you might as well ask the press secretary, for instance, to do the interview and send you a tape. It makes no sense. And I consider that to be a serious attack on press freedom, and I will say so here and now, that I'm being denied an interview with the Prime Minister. I've had about 5 or 6 with him before. Never had that to face that situation. Just coming from Tortola, where I interviewed the Premier of the BVI, Dr. Natalia Wheatley, he didn't ask me for questions. In fact, he didn't even ask me for broad areas. He just smiled and said, I know the hot topics. Other prime ministers that I've interviewed, I've never had that request. And I want to make an appeal to the Prime Minister now. If he has set that policy, that he needs to reverse it. And if someone under him, who doesn't understand their role, has decided to do that, then they may want to not create that sort of difficulty for the Prime Minister and accept that we won't give you questions. Okay? So I want to thank everybody for coming to this media awards. I want to congratulate all of the people who won. Very pleased with you guys. We have to continue getting stronger. They look down on us because we're not as strong as we could be. We could be stronger, and then we can, I remember starting one. It doesn't matter how much education we provide. One of the things we have to recognize is the role we play, who we are. And one of the things, even before I did any formal training, I learned from Alistair Hughes and Leslie Pear. And what they taught me was my place in this barnyard, what media means. And I think that's one of the things that we have to focus on, Mr. President, to try to drill into our members that I said this last year, that they have a seat at the table and they must not let anyone try to pull a chair out from under them at all. Thank you all for coming. Enjoy yourselves.
Thank you very much, Callistra, in some circles referred to as the Christian Amanpour of media in Grenada. Royal Titus, good night. I know you identify with that. Ladies and gentlemen, it's now time to take the curtains down on the awards and this formal part of the proceedings. Just to let you know that the MWAG would like to thank the following business partners who made this event possible: the National Lotteries Authority, NLA, Grenlec, National Water and Sewage Authority, NAWASA, Mr. Barry Collymore, Jonas Brown and Hubbard, Republic Bank, George F. Huggins, and Glenelg. We thank you, we thank you, we thank you. To move the vote of thanks, please welcome the Treasurer of MWAG, Ms. Sophia Phillip.
Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests, and distinguished honorees, on behalf of the Media Workers Association of Grenada, I extend heartfelt thanks and gratitude to Honorable Andy Williams, Honorable Claudette Joseph, Honorable Emmeline Pierre. Thank you for gracing us with your presence. Special appreciation to Mrs. Francis Herrera, U.S. Principal Officer, and Ambassador Wei Hong Tian. Thank you for your distinguished presence. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause, please, if you will, for our distinguished keynote speaker, Brian Grimes. We thank you for your insightful words. Acknowledgement goes to the esteemed presenters of the awards. We have our past presidents, Mr. Ray Roberts, Mr. Kern Mason. We thank you. We are honored to have the representation of Jamila Lewis from NAWASA, Donnelly Blackman from Hubbard's, and Bernadette Cornell Celestine, all of whom I'll say are advocates for women empowerment. We thank you for being here. A sincere thank you to our esteemed President, Gerard Joseph, for his visionary leadership, and a warm appreciation to our specially invited guests from Corporate Grenada and civil society. Ladies and gentlemen, I see our friends from the Writers Association of Grenada, the Grenada Arts Council, the Alliance of Evangelical Churches, the Grenada Chamber of Industry and Commerce, the Technical and Allied Workers Union, and others. We thank you for joining us. Our gracious hostess, Brenda Batiste, for ensuring the smooth flow of this remarkable evening, we say thank you and thank you. Mikey Hutchinson and the hardworking staffers of Mikey Live, we certainly thank you. Lastly, but certainly not by any means least, we say thank you to our deserving awardees who have inspired us with their outstanding contribution. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause, please. A warm acknowledgement to our online audience, especially those tuning in through Mikey Live, for joining us in celebrating this momentous occasion. Your support adds to the vibrancy and significance of this ceremony. Our usher, Carrie Ann Grant, we thank you for your assistance. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, friends, all, we thank you. And now we announce it is time to eat and enjoy. Thank you very much.
Sophie, I think that was the biggest announcement of the evening. Thank you. It's time to eat and enjoy, fellowship, if you will. Again, it was a pleasure. Emma, it was an honor. I trust I was able to do your event justice and add some value to it. Thank you very much. And I'd just like to leave with you one of the things that I learned in media. Everyone has something important to say. And Callistra talked about questions. You go in with your questions, but then you start to talk to a person, and then you ditch those questions, because you got to be listening. And read anything and everything. Listen to everybody. From the Jamaican blogs, Aruna could tell you about them. We hooked on them. To the BBC. It really helps. So best wishes. Continue to do your thing. Keep us informed, entertained, educated, and of course, go through your challenges with grace. Grace and respect. One love. Until next time, those of you who joined us online, thank you so much. See, you have been very active. We appreciate that. Have a good night, everybody. From the Trade Center Annex in St. George's, Grenada, we bid good night to those of you online, whilst we will take a drink here for you. Bye-bye.